Hello guys, and welcome back to this new video. So today we have a question for you all. Who was Zwicky? One of the guys that is not well known to the general public, but definitely well known in the astrophysics world is Zwicky. He was born in 1898 in Varna, Bulgaria. But he was Swiss, from Swiss origin. His father was Swiss, his mother was Czech. And he went to the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology, which is also where Einstein went to study, and graduated there. His father was a businessman, had been ambassador to Norway, and wanted him into business. But he soon realized that his path was in astrophysics. So, Zwicky is extremely important for his research. His research that led him to teach and become full professor in 1942 at Caltech, which is a university that he chose only because it was near Mount Wilson, so he could hike Mount Wilson. But as a good Swiss, he would define Mount Wilson only a mountain good to graze. And that would indicate part of his personality. Being there and working at the Aerojet engineering project, he was the inventor and got more than 4 dozen patents that do relate to that project and to Aerojet propulsion. But Zwicky was way more than that. So he definitely was not very much loved where he taught and as a human being, but we like it a lot. First of all, let's explain his major work. I'm not in astrophysics, and my degree is not in physics or astrophysics, but in short, what we could say is that he started observing supernovae and realized something very important. In 1933, he realized that the galaxies that were spinning around Burns' hair were going too fast. But they weren't going too fast by a little. They were going too fast by a lot. Like 100 times faster than what they were supposed to do. So when you have galaxies or when you have planets spinning around, for instance, the sun, what happens is that in that system you do have two major forces. One is of attraction and the other one is of repulsion, right? And so speed is a result of the combination of those two factors that annul themselves. They cancel themselves out. So then why the galaxies were spinning so fast and were going so fast? The reason was simply that the matter that keeps them aggregated was far more superior than what it has been thought to be. And there was a matter then, and that suggests the hypothesis that then we'll take much later the term, which is not Zwicky's term, of dark matter. So matter that actually keeps aggregated galaxies so that the actual mass we need to consider is far more superior. Now, when he tried to publish in the Helvetica Acts that suggestion, he was definitely ridiculed by the scientific community. Many of his hypotheses weren't taken seriously for some time. And that is due to the fact that he was pretty much ostracized in his field. Ostracized, not very loved. And that majorly is due to his personality. He was somebody who would terrify students, would do push-up with one hand, and he was very vocal and very critical. For instance, he would call his colleagues at Mount Wilson Sferical Bastards because they were bastards from every point you could possibly watch them. Or he would be in a call with his colleagues and say things like, you continue doing what you're doing, I've already solved that problem. Right now I am at a different point, so I'll wait for you to catch up, and in the meantime I'll move on myself. But he was also very critical about the war, specifically the Second World War. He said that he also could think of several methods, several ways to kill people. He was vocal and critical of Truman sending military during the war. He did whatever he could to provide more textbooks to libraries, critical of colonialism, and critical of everyone who could not imagine. Against those people that were following the principles the way they had learned them without imagining new possibilities. And I think that the example of dark matter is a very good example through which we can understand his personality. To him, though, we owe the research on supernova transition of stars and the research connected to the transition of stars into neutron stars, the discovery of dark matter, the patents, the discovery on aerojet propulsions, and the deflection that would explain rings of light that no even Einstein had been able to explain. That is why Zwicky is worth being remembered. But with that being said, guys, so we are at the end of this video. So if you have enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it, subscribe, and comment below, of course. And we'll talk next time in a new video. Bye!